A city clerk in Wisconsin was accused of posting Yahoo News articles inside of voting booths, seemingly in hopes of swaying potential voters to vote in that clerk's preferred manner. Reading here from The Federalist, the article is titled "Wisconsin City Clerk Accused of Posting News Clip in Voting Booth." And when you scroll down, it talks about how the Wisconsin Institute for Liberty and Law, we'll call it WILL, is filing a lawsuit of sorts. It's a warning letter to a city clerk named Shar Nagel after multiple reports were issued about news articles being placed within each voting booth. So, in summary, Wisconsin voters had their early voting. It was ahead of their Tuesday primary election. And the ballot has 2 referendum questions on there. And it's about whether the Wisconsin Constitution should stop the state legislature from giving its power to, or the fiscal responsibilities to, the governor. So the governor is essentially spending billions of dollars on federal pandemic relief, paying for big government initiatives, etc. And that is actually supposed to be the power of the state legislature, but they've kind of ceded it over to the governor. And so these referendums are about whether or not to give power back to the appropriate governing bodies and therefore, giving the power of the purse back to the people. But the Yahoo News article characterized the referendum through very different partisan lenses, pitting evil Republicans and conservatives against the oh-so-kind governor and the nice liberal interest groups. That is obviously illegal. You can't do that, okay? Let me explain kind of the ins and outs. I actually think the Federalist did a good job of explaining the ins and outs in this cease and desist section. It says state laws prohibit such interference by election officials. It's called electioneering, and it relates to any activity that will influence voting at an election. So this is a letter, again, that was sent to Shar Nagel, the city clerk, saying Wisconsin state law prohibits posting and distribution of election-related materials at the polling places, at locations where absentee ballots may be cast, or near the entrance of these locations. So yes, placing a Yahoo News article in the voting booth is incredibly problematic. Violators of this could face up to 6 months in jail or a $1,000 fine, or both. So obviously people are calling for a cease and desist of this. The city has heard about this pushback, albeit begrudgingly, and the clerk was ordered to take down the news article. I get that the person that did this was a woman, and women are maternal. And so I believe the natural instinct here is to help people be the most informed. It's probably coming from a place of wanting to help. But in practice, it's incredibly arrogant, and it's incredibly demeaning to people. They don't need your help to vote. I don't need your help to vote. Sure, I will admit we are generally an uninformed population, but it's not the city clerk official's job to put partisan news clips in the voting booth to help people. That is illegal for a reason.